Anyways, I'll be using this list, and the rankings are the following. Best fandom. Self-explanatory. Great. If we ignore that part, aka the toxic or delulu part, good. But when they stan another group, it cancels it out. Like being in a good fandom and annoying one at once. Last straw. If the fandom does one more bad thing, they're going on the bottom of the list. The worst, most annoying, and insufferable fandom ever. Self-explanatory. Anyways, let's get ranking. First of all, we got once, twice's fandom. As a Blink, we all know all the once and Blink fights and comparisons between the two groups, which got both fandoms a bad reputation. However, it's gotten less hectic recently and onces have been more peaceful, and I love once Blinks, but once armies ruin everything, as they still compare the groups, which is annoying. Therefore, I'll rank once at good, but when they stan another group, it cancels it out, referring to once armies. Next, we have Tomorrow X Together's fandom. MOAs. I've personally interacted with a lot of MOAs in the past, and they've been really nice and funny. But there is a part of the fandom that I've met which gave me 2018 army vibes. That's still overused, unfunny jokes like whatever this was. So I'll be putting them at great if we ignore that part. Next is ITZY's fandom. Midzy. Tell me why I got an ITZY versus aespa search recommendation when I was searching for their pick. Anyways, I personally dislike Midzus. Like, just accept the fact that ITZY fell off after Sneakers and Cake isn't Song of the Year, and they are nowhere near a certain group in vocals. I'll be ranking them last straw. Now next is aespa's fandom. Mise. I really like Mise because they know how to defend their faves really well. And may I also add that they always have the best taste. But there's the part of the fandom that think every group with AI or futuristic concept is copying aespa, which is annoying. So that's why I'll be ranking them great if we ignore that part. Next is Enhypen's fandom NGenes. I really hate NGenes. Y'all are so weird, from sexualizing the members to sending videos of black people unaliving themselves. How can a fandom be anti-black? Body shamers to literal normal-looking people, and shipping the members, which is weird as hell all at once. Sadly, the amount of these weird NGenes have outnumbered the normal ones, which you barely find. So that's why I'll be ranking them last. Next is IVE's fandom. Dives. I feel like Dives started out with a bad reputation and slowly built it back up. If we just ignore the Wonyoung solo stans, the fandom itself isn't really that bad. Next is Stray Kids fandom stays. I feel like stays are the 4th gen armies. The fandom is very annoying, and I feel like the oldest stay is like 15, because why do they all have 2020 humor and grammar worse than my English teacher? I've argued with many of them before, and let me tell you, it was not entertaining because they all have the exact same responses. Anyways, I don't know if I should put them on last straw or the worst. Last straw would have been too generous. Anyways, next is Luna's fandom. Orbits. Orbits are either extremely hilarious or scary, no in between. However, they'd end you in seconds if you ever speak about their faves. But there is this certain part of the fandom who only know 1 to 4 members and only know them by memes and call themselves Orbits. I'm not sure what to rank them. Totally not, because I'm a part of the fandom. Next is Blackpink's fandom. Blinks. I've been a Blink for years now, and I've basically never come across any toxic Blinks, so I don't know what most people are talking about when they say Blinks are the worst fandom. Apart from those weird solo stans, the fandom is one of the nicest, and may I add, really good defenders and streamers, which you can barely find. I hesitated where to rank them, and I low-key kinda regret ranking them so high. Next is LE SSERAFIM's fandom. Fearnaughts. Fearnaughts have been really bold lately, attacking Wonyoung for lip-syncing when your beloved maknae was lip-syncing while sitting on tour. Not to mention she exposed her whole group while she was at it too. As an idol, it's the bare minimum to sing live, especially when you're on tour, where fans pay a lot to see their faves, and her not doing it while sitting is pathetic. The double standard for IVE and LE SSERAFIM is crazy. Wonyoung literally got dragged for it while Yoonchi just sat there, not even getting half of the backlash when he got. Next, we have Dreamcatcher's fandom Insomnia. Insomnias are probably the best fandom out there. You can tell they love all of the members. Literally every Insomnia has been bias wrecked by every member at least 10 times. And all I've seen come from Insomnias is them promoting and praising their faves non-stop, as every fandom should. Best fandom. Lastly, we have BTS ARMYs. Now, we all know ARMYs are the worst fandom by default. ARMYs treat their faves like they're angels on earth or something. The fact that they always try to cover up every problematic thing they do by bringing up stuff from other groups, usually Blackpink, and it mostly being edited, is truly concerning. I would have put them on last straw if it weren't for the Namjoon incident and ARMYs calling him a king for not apologizing.
But he said, and